Welcome to the Leslie Hodgkins podcast. Each week, my guest and I discuss one pivotal moment in their life, what they learned from it, and their words of wisdom. There are moments in life that redefine you. And for our guest today, two such moments changed everything about her and her life. Diagnosed with a bone disorder at just 5 years old, her disability shaped her identity, her personal limitation, until one person challenged that narrative, and it has led her to work advocating for those who are often excluded from society. Her story, unfortunately, took a tragic turn when she lost her daughter to Hodgkins Lymphoma. She had to face an impossible question. How do you keep going when the life you knew no longer exists? This is a story about grief and survival, about accessibility, advocacy, and learning one day at a time how to get out of bed and live again. Welcome to the Leslie Hodgkins podcast. I am so grateful that you are here. Please join me in welcoming today's guest, Pamela Shainhouse. So Pam is a certified accessibility, inclusion, diversity, and equity expert. She is the president and founder of Ally Style and the Shainhouse Group, which specializes in aid training, policy development, and speaking. So Pam, welcome.
Well, that was the nicest intro I've had.
There you go. We're on stage. So you and I met just over a year ago or so, I would say, and have really spent a little bit of time getting to know each other. And so I'm really happy that you made the trek up here. I know it's not easy, but super appreciative that you
I have a car
took
that
time.
takes me anywhere it wants to go. Did you know that? Like I just get in there and it just takes
And
me
it
there.
just goes.
And I am good.
Awesome. So this podcast is all anchored on one question, which is, what is one pivotal moment in your life? And the reason I chose that question was, first of all, it's quite universal. Everybody has got multiple pivots. And my experience is through all of the pivots that I've gone through, some good, some bad, some I've chosen, some have been imposed on me, that when I didn't speak about them, it felt quite lonely. And yet, when I shared what was happening, what my pivot was, that found out there was actually quite a community there. There was actually a lot of people, and I wasn't the only person that had been going through whatever it was at that time. And so I wanted to create this platform, a platform for people to come and tell their stories so that the audience can meet some incredible people and hear some really good stories, so that if they are going through that kind of pivot, that there is a sense of community, of not being so alone. So that's why we're here today. And so let me ask you, Pam, what is one pivotal moment in your life?
Well, I hate to tell you, I'm going to have to turn it into probably two.
Perfect. No problem.
When you were introducing me, and thank you for that lovely introduction, you spoke about aid.
Yes.
Now, aid is, and most people call it DEI and everything, but I call it aid, which is accessibility, inclusion, diversity, and equity. Okay? And accessibility to me is at the forefront of everything, because if you don't have an accessible workplace, if your retail outlet isn't, all of these things, then it's irrelevant. You might as well not even be open. That's how important it is. So my first pivotal moment was when I truly accepted my personal accessibility, disability. I was diagnosed at the age of 5 with a disease, and you don't want to know how long ago that was. It was significantly
just a couple of years ago. It's all good.
60, well, I don't know, 72 minus 5. So what is that? Yes. Okay.
Got it.
Got it. Just want people to realize how great it can be at 672.
Absolutely.
So anyway, and it's called osteochondrosis. And what it is various tumors that go all over your joints. And they're made out of bone, of calcium. And when they grow, when you're young, they have to be removed because they hit muscles and they hit nerve endings. And they can deaden your foot, or you can do anything, because if they do that, it can happen.
Okay.
And I had over 20 operations as a child going through that, missing months and months of school.
Yeah.
And just keeping it up. I have the best friend. Her name was Ricky Cohen. Her name is Ricky Cohen. And she taught me throughout all those years. Or at that time, her name was Ricky Kirschbaum.
Yes.
We all have this one friend that, 60 odd years.
Yes, exactly. We should be so lucky.
We should be so lucky.
Absolutely.
So I hid behind my disability for easily the first 60 years, 55 years.
Okay.
I thought nobody was going to love me. I was in a bad marriage. I thought nobody was going to love me because I have a disability, all this bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
Total, complete, utter garbage.
Yeah.
And then things changed when I started to realize that my disability is part of who I am.
Mm.
I walk away a certain way because it's who I am.
Mm-hmm.
I have an arm that's a little different than most people. Mm. It is who I am.
Right.
And if I didn't embrace it, I would die not being who I am.
Yes.
And I don't want to do that.
No.
So it took me a long time to realize that probably was one of the most pivotal moments that happened in my life.
Can I ask about what led to you finally leaning into, actually, this is who I am?
That's a really good question, Leslie. And I'll bring it into this because this is where I introduced my daughter.
Yes.
Okay. My daughter, Allie, was the love of my life. I have 2 boys, Shane and Jordan, who are also the love of my life, and 2 grandchildren and 2 daughter-in-laws. I'm really, really lucky.
Lucky, yes.
But my daughter, Allie, you have a daughter. You know what it's like to have a daughter.
I do.
She was diagnosed at the age of 19 with Hodgkins Lymphoma. And I lost her in 2006. I don't even like using the word loss because I haven't lost her. I find when everybody uses the word loss with grief, it's really not, it's not the right, you don't lose that person.
Yes.
The person, I know where she is.
Yes.
She's in a cemetery not very far from here as it happens. But I didn't lose her. I buried a daughter in 2006. And I was in my mid-50s or something.
Okay.
And so not only did I feel disabled, I was much heavier at the time, and I thought I was fat, so nobody's going to love me. All this crapola.
Yes.
She put me in front of a mirror. I will never forget this.
Yeah.
She put me in front of a mirror, and she said, I don't know what you see, but nobody else sees that.
Right.
So I'm not going to swear because I'm on get your goddamn life together here because this is craziness.
Yeah.
And at that time, I realized, damn it, no, I'm not fat. I'm me. No, I'm not disabled. Yeah, I am disabled, but I'm still me.
Yes.
And it took me a while. But from that minute on, because she was a real tough cookie, but honest. I don't mean tough and bitchy and that type of thing. I mean, she had no time for crap.
Yes. Okay.
She just didn't. And that's one of my legacies is not having any time. I'm, Leslie, as you know, I'm a straight shooter.
Yes.
That's the kind of strong, and I'm a straight shooter because if you've lived the life that I've lived, you have to be that person.
Yes.
So that was exactly the moment. I remember the mirror.
Good.
It was really something. It leads me into my next pivotal moment, and that was Allie.
Yes.
And going through what I went through with her and becoming a different person.
Yes.
When you watch somebody who you adore and who is part of you,
Yes.
suffer, there's nothing worse in the whole world because you can't help them.
Yeah.
You can make it as easy as you possibly can, but you really can't help them anymore. You can't control it.
Yeah.
And something else that I'm sure you know about me is I like to be in control of some things.
Yep.
Because because I'm authentic and I'm a kind person, and I know that things, once I'm in control of something and I know the way I can maneuver it, it's best for so many people, not just myself. But, saying I'm sorry, not just for myself.
Yes.
And I couldn't control anything with her.
No.
The only thing I could control was being really nice to the technicians and to the secretaries and to everybody who was part of that world.
Yes.
And get her a CT before a doctor could even do it.
Yes. Okay.
Because the truth is, in our healthcare system, if you didn't have somebody who was in your front street, helping you or being there, you're probably rotten. And I was Allie's person for 7 years. I stopped work. At that time, I was working my first world in work. And I didn't work until I was in my mid-30s.
Okay.
I was brought up in a Jewish family that you get married, you meet your friends for lunch, you play mahjong, you take care of your kids, and you volunteer.
Okay.
That's exactly what I did.
All right.
Volunteered to raise the most amount of money for the Toronto Hadassah Bazaar as the youngest chairperson ever as a volunteer. And I took that knowledge and started to work with it because I didn't know anything else.
Yeah.
Didn't have a degree. I went a few years later and got my degree. I did a 4-year degree in 2 years. I always said I didn't know whether I should be committed or commended. What kind of idiot are you? With 3 children, all under the age of 10.
That's a lot.
Yeah. Boy. And so I used to raise multi-million-dollar campaigns.
Okay.
And the last major campaign I had raised was when the Toronto Symphony Orchestra couldn't make payroll. And I raised a couple $1 million in a month or two, working with, the Honorable Bob Ray, who's just an amazing man. And then Allie got sick. So I had to close up shop and be her. My work was her.
Yes.
And it was my privilege to do that. I was very lucky. Don't get me wrong in what I'm saying here. I wasn't lucky, but my parents had passed away. I buried both parents and my daughter within 7 years. So I'm not saying that I was lucky that I buried my parents by any means, but they had left me some money so that I could take care of my daughter and I could not work.
Okay.
And that was, again, a privilege. I can't imagine what it would have been like if I hadn't had anything to be able to, because even if you're talking about socialized medicine, which we have, and thank God we have it, cancer treatment and extra needles and all of these extra things that were not according to Hoyle or, according to OHIP's top people that say you can have it and you can't have it, cost a significant amount of money extra. Even though you had a group health insurance plan and all that, it still cost. We did an experimental treatment in Miami.
Okay.
You couldn't do it without a Visa card, and you had to do it with a $30,000 limit on each thing because each treatment was $15,000 US. Wow. So I was there for her.
Yes.
As people said to me, they'd never seen a mother take care of a child like I did. And the truth is, every mother, hopefully, if they have the means to be able to do that, would do that.
In a heartbeat.
In a heartbeat. I wish to God she was still here.
Yes.
And because if she had still been here, Allie Style would have been a worldwide brand. So many things would have been so different.
Yes.
And I'm going to get back to why I call this my pivotal moment. The minute Allie was, it was a little under 7 years. So her birthday was September 6th. And she died on July 12th, 2006. So she almost made it to 27. 7 weeks before she passed away, she launched a charity called Allie's Journey. And at that time, the focus of Allie's Journey was to support young adults, 18 and up to 35, who were aged out of Sick Kids Hospital, because at 18 you get aged out. Okay. And you get thrown into Princess Margaret or all these other major hospitals, bigger hospitals that handle cancer treatment. all with us old folk. And I'm not saying you're an old folk,
Yeah, no, get it.
Leslie, okay?
It's
But,
all
you know,
good.
all us old folks
Yeah.
and everybody else.
Okay.
And she said, we have to have something for these people.
Mm.
So she started it. She launched it at a concert that my son Shane put together because he's in the music industry. And it was a huge success. And then 6 weeks, she marched as a matron of honor in a wheelchair at her best girlfriend's wedding.
Amazing.
Right after that, that was it.
That was it.
That was it. She couldn't handle it anymore.
No.
She was in such agony that you couldn't. You just looked at her and you couldn't do anything.
Mm.
But she never, ever, ever gave it up. Her statement was, "Mom, I'm Allie. I'm not cancer, and I will never let it become me."
Right.
And that,
Incredible.
you know, she was so incredible. She used to have transfusions all the time. And at Princess Margaret and every hospital, you've got these bars that you're trying to work on. So the bar is barely holding her up. But she would stop at every young adult that she saw waiting in the chemotherapy area or something, put her hand out and say, "Hi, I'm Allie. I've been going through this for a while, and you'll get through this." She could barely hold on.
Good.
She didn't miss anybody. She kept on with her face. She had eyes, okay?
Mm.
And you know that if you saw these eyes, you better hop to it quickly. Through all of her transfusion times,
Yeah.
okay, she would, there are two funny stories. She would look at me because there was somebody over there that was by themselves and that was young.
Okay.
She wouldn't say two words. She would just go with her eyes and point with the eyes.
Yeah.
And I had to step up and find if that person needed anything. Could I get them water? Could I do that? Could I do anything?
Fantastic.
Because that person wasn't lucky enough to have a me.
Right.
And I remember her speaking, and I don't want to start crying, but if I start crying, I start crying.
It's all good.
I remember her speaking at the concert, and she stood up and she graciously held on to the piano.
Yes.
And she said that the best privilege that she ever had was me.
Oh.
Because she could never have gotten through what she's going through without me. She was married. She had a husband. Okay? But I was the person that stepped up. Her husband was amazing.
Yes.
Amazing. Philip. And, you know, but he was working and all of this. Getting back to my work was Allie. And I remember just listening to those words. I have the tape. And it gives me, I'm happy I have it because I hear her voice. You forget voices. But 7 weeks later, we took her to the cottage. She had her happy place.
Yes.
And she had a few days, and then we booked an ambulance, and we took her directly into Princess Margaret, into palliative care.
Okay.
And she was gone 6 days later. Wow. And nobody thought it was going to happen. We never thought. She had a stem cell transplant, and she had a bone marrow transplant in Calgary.
Okay.
And, thank God for Tom Baker Cancer Hospital in Calgary. Amazing. And for Princess Margaret here. And in the beginning, North York General. She had the top-notch care.
That's amazing.
When she had her stem cell transplant and it was re-diagnosed, the head, Dr. Armand Keating, said, "Well, you know what, we're going to move her to here." And I said, "There's no way in hell."
Yeah.
She's staying with you.
Yes.
And he never cared. He never took care of,
Yes.
He was the head of the whole hospital at the time and this and that. I said, "You're not leaving her."
Yeah.
And he didn't. And I remember, this was the transfusion story. I remember he walked in to see her and everybody was going, "Who's that?" Nobody knew.
Exactly.
Nobody knew who he was. It was like, never did this thing.
Yes.
But I'll never forget him coming in and spending time when she was dying.
Okay.
And just looking so gone.
Yeah.
I'm sure he's lost and buried lots of people.
Yes.
But he was in the front row at her wedding.
Yeah. Oh, fantastic.
And he was right there at her funeral.
Yeah.
He took care of her all the way through.
That's incredible.
And one of the first programs that we did was support one of his programs.
Okay, good.
At Princess Margaret.
Yes.
We supported a program at Gilda's Club, and then we started to promote our own programs.
Okay.
And we promote comfort bags.
Okay, what's a comfort bag?
A comfort bag is a bag that is filled with various items that we know these cancer patients need, but they don't know they need them yet because they haven't started their treatment.
Okay.
So every item that's in there, whether it's an extra pair of socks, whether it's a water bottle, whether it's a journal, whether we even have adult coloring books, a warm blanket, because the blankets at the hospital are disgusting.
Yep.
All of these things.
Yeah.
So Allie's Journey now is doing that very successfully. Still a grassroots charity, 7 people on the board. That's it. No staff, no nothing. And my son Jordan is the treasurer. Amazing people on this board.
Right.
And we also support an art therapy program.
Okay.
And we just had an event. And of course, I was sick. My first event that I ever missed. But there's only one good part about that, missing it. I saw 7 people who ran a perfect event.
Great.
I wasn't needed.
Yeah.
Period. And when you can see that you can walk away and know that something's going to be taken care of without you,
exactly,
it's a gift.
It is a gift.
So that's what happened with her. But my pivotal, getting back to the pivotal,
yes,
was the minute she died, the minute she took her last breath, was the minute I took my last breath as Pam Shainhouse.
Okay.
I didn't know who I was.
No.
Because all of a sudden, I was a member of a club that I never in my whole life I would think of. I got a divorce. I had a horrible marriage, these type of things. That happens.
Yeah.
Okay. Being alone for a while, looking for somebody, just in case anybody sees this. But
oh, bless you.
You got to laugh with
You
me,
do.
or else
I'm with you. I'm with
it's not
you.
going to work. But I didn't know how to breathe. So my friend introduced me to a woman, and her name is Leslie Perrott.
Okay.
And Leslie's daughter, Allison, talk about 2 things.
Yeah.
Allie's name was Sarah Allison.
Okay.
Because you couldn't name her Allison Sarah Shapiro with those initials would not have been a
that
nice
would not
thing
have
to do.
been good. No.
No, not
No.
nice. So introduced me to Leslie. And Leslie's daughter, Allison, many, many years ago, I think it's 30, I think it could be close to 40, was murdered at the age of 9, walking home from her friend's house. That they found 10 years later was her gym teacher.
Good Lord.
Leslie started, I'm not sure whether it was Bereaved Parents of Ontario, Bereaved Parents of Toronto, but you had never met a human being like Leslie Perrott. And to have a privilege of meeting somebody like her who literally got me through the first 15 years.
Yeah.
And told me how I would breathe soon and how I'll be able to live not better,
No.
but different. Because, it's going to be 20 years in July, which I choke because I can't. It's shocking. I can't believe it. There's so many times that she still thinks she's going to walk in the damn door that long ago. But the truth is that I wake up every morning and her picture's right here. And I go to sleep looking at that same picture. And I never, ever stop thinking about her.
Right.
And it's a different breath that you take. I don't know what my sons were going through because I've never buried a sibling.
No.
And please God, my son Jordan, my son Shane does not have any children, but my son Jordan has my 2 remarkable grandchildren, Lisa, his wife Lisa. Nothing will ever happen.
Yes.
Because they've got an angel up there watching to make damn sure that nothing will ever happen.
That's it.
My life has completely become something different. I've written a book. Again, another plea, looking for a publisher. And called Daughter Dies, Mother Still Lives.
Yeah.
I don't know whether we'll change the title or whatever will happen, but do you know how long it took me to write that book? 18 years.
Wow.
Because, some people thought it was something that would help me and all of that.
Being cathartic.
That's the word. Thank you. Yeah. It's brutal.
Yeah.
But I wrote it for anybody who has gone through anything like this. It doesn't have to be a mother who buried a child. Anybody who has gone through grief, anybody who has thought that their lives are over because of this type of thing. It just took me a long time to do it. But the takeaway from that book had to have been, or else there would be lightning strikes coming down from up there, had to have been resilience and courage, and you can get through it.
Yes.
And you can, I don't know whether the right word is survive, but you can make that pivot and know that you will be okay. You will be a different okay.
Yeah.
A very different okay. But you will be an okay. And there's a word in there. You will be okay, not an okay.
Yeah. It's okay.
I hear her voice in me all the time. I started to lose it for a while. I didn't hear it anymore, but I hear it. And I do everything that I do in the word of my accessibility, the fashion work that I do for size diversity and responsible fashion, sustainable fashion.
Yes.
I remember winning the Global 50 Sustainable Fashion People in fashion in 2024. And I was on a virtual call with all the other people. And when I got to explaining who I was, I said, I don't know why I'm here. It's kind of nice.
It's great. Yeah.
I look at everything that I've done, and it's always been in testimony to her.
Yes.
If I didn't believe in it, I wouldn't have believed in it.
Yes. So one of the things that you mentioned is alley style. Mm-hmm. What is alley style?
Alley style, let me give you you got to have this background in order for you to understand alley style. Allie, during one of her treatments, had gained about 80 pounds.
Ooh,
okay, from steroid treatment.
Yeah.
Most time you think you lose from vomiting and all this type of stuff. Anyway, we used to go to Florida a lot because of this treatment and all this type of stuff, but we were home, having some treatment at home, and she needed some jeans. So we went to Yorkdale. And at that time, a store called Edition L.
Yes.
Okay. And for some people who don't know what Edition L is, it's like a little bit of a higher, upgraded Lane Bryant type of store in the States.
Yeah.
Okay. Plus size, completely plus size.
Yeah.
So we go and we start walking into the store, and she sits down on a bench and she starts to cry. Oh. And I'm going, Allie, why are you crying? Yeah. Like I truly had no clue why she was crying. And we used to say each other's statements or something. People would say to us, you look like sisters. And she would go, what is wrong with you? She's 50 years older than I am. How do we look like sisters? But she's crying. And she says, Mom, I'm not going into that store. They're telling me I'm fat and I have to go into that store. They're telling me I'm different and I have to go into that store. And I should be able to get into any store that's around here and buy a pair of jeans. But the only place that I can go into is that store.
Right.
So you know what? I don't need any pants. I'm going into that store. In the States, you could get clothes a lot easier than you could at that time. Here.
Yes.
And I don't remember if she went in, but I don't think so. At that moment, I said to her, you know what, Allie? When you get better, we're going to start a clothing line.
There you go.
The reason I said it and why it came to me so easily is because I was brought up in a family who had the largest manufacturer of children's wear in Canada. Okay. My father was the head of the Women's Wear Daily, all of that. My father and his two brothers ran National Knitting Mills. Okay. But were smart enough in 1972 to sell it to what was Dilex at the time. And that's a whole other history. Look it up on Google, you'll find it.
Yeah.
Okay. And I know my father was rolling over in his grave when I said that. But he taught me as a teenager everything that I would, not everything, but enough to be able to start something. So Allie and I started to talk about it. She put down everything that, whatever. And it was founded in February of 2026, please God, it was founded in, she'd be here in 2006, same time as Allie's journey.
Okay.
And especially when you're getting a charitable number for a charity, it takes months and months and months. But we had lawyers that sat on a phone and said, we don't know whether she's going to be here tomorrow. She has cancer and we don't know her, and we damn well give us a number.
Yes.
There was such dedication to my daughter from every single angle. They adored her.
So great.
And we just pulled so many strings.
Yeah.
Anyway, and she didn't get better. But I knew exactly what she wanted to do. And what she wanted to do was found a clothing brand that was sustainable and size diverse. Size diverse meaning that it fit everybody up to the largest of sizes that was available at that time, which was a 3X.
Okay.
So we supported extra small all the way up to 3X.
Wow.
It was made in bamboo.
Yep.
If there was somebody who wants to fund it now, you would never know that the collections went from 2010 or anything like that. I'd be able to bring it back like this. I can't snap very well, so if you want to snap for me.
I got it.
I don't know whether it's genetic or whatever, but I can't do it. And I was so proud of the work that I did. We were the only ones in 2012 in October to do at IMG Toronto Fashion Week a size diverse fashion brand runway show, which is still on, and you can see it on YouTube, and it's at Allie Style, ALLI Style.
Okay.
That's the name of the company. Don't look it up. There's no, what's it called? Website anymore. The website is the shainhousegroup.com.
Yes.
But I got ill in between the whole thing, had to have a couple of hip replacement and stuff. So I put it on the back burner.
Yeah.
Had put in way too much money. Anybody who's starting a fashion brand, do not use your own money, guys.
Yes, use somebody else's. Yep.
Do not use your own money. I don't care. You want to use a little bit of money, but don't use the money I did, because my heartstring was connected to a purse string. That was probably the only mistake I made.
Okay.
And we were just starting to show a profit, and then my disease hit me again, and that was it. So when I got back on my feet and could start again, I knew that I couldn't start this brand because I didn't have the strength at the time. So I started the Shainhouse Group, and it's an initiative of Allie Style Incorporated. And that's how that started. And you know what? I look back, we all have imposter syndrome, Leslie, and you know that just as well as I do.
All too well.
I'm sure you've listened to numerous people who have said that. And I'm probably the queen, was the queen of imposter syndrome. But I look back at not only the changes that I've made in my life, but the changes that I've made for people. The work that I do in accessibility, I do it because I need to speak for people who don't speak for themselves.
Yes. Yes.
A quarter of the employees have a disability. 40% of those people have invisible disabilities and are too scared to tell their managers.
Yes.
Because for some reason, they think they're going to be fired or this or that.
Which is crazy.
It's craziness.
Yeah.
So I have to work for the customer. I have to work for all these people. But I still do it with Allie. I know she's smiling up there.
Absolutely she is.
I know that she's proud. I didn't have a choice because I know that if she wasn't, she would send down some kind of message. I would fall, God forbid. Something would happen to smarten the hell up. And it would be that smarten the hell up, Pam.
Yeah. Amazing.
Allie was just somebody that, we don't have to talk about her anymore, but when we got bad news, and I lived in the same apartment building that she lived in. It was a family building. I lived on one floor. They lived on another floor. She was married. And we get the bad news. We go in the elevator, and Allie would go, okay, 1 hour, pity Pam, pity Allie time. See you back in an hour. We'll go for lunch. And you would think, and in an hour, she was at my door. Come on, let's go.
Let's go.
Pity was never allowed. You were allowed a little bit of it.
Yes. You can have an hour.
But that was it. That was it.
She's incredible strength of character. Gee, I wonder where she gets that from.
Thank you.
Honestly. Wow. Okay. Even though Allie style isn't around anymore, or it's on the back burner for now.
It's in a position that if somebody wanted to come and do, like a company wanted to come and do a private label, they could turn it around in a second. Yeah, but it has to be somebody else's money. Another tip: never start a business with somebody else's money.
Exactly. But Allie style is still a name. Like, she is still fully embedded in everything you do. Yes, 1,000% she's embedded in your life, and she was you, and you are her. And the bond between mother-daughter, between parent-child, I think is undescribable. I don't know that there's words in the English language that can truly explain the depths of love and adoration, and it's your soul. So
you give birth to your soul. You're giving birth to somebody, and then as they grow up, they become their own people, and all of that. You know, I had people say to me, I'm not going to mention the people who said it to me. It was around 12 years, 10 or 12 years, and something happened, and somebody said to me, you know, it's 12 years already. Don't you think you should get over it?
What?
I'm not kidding you. I couldn't make it up if I said it. 2 people close to me said it, and I went, I can't believe those words came out of your mouth.
No.
I couldn't believe it. And they were both people who had children.
Yeah.
And it's just the position of the issues of grief. We could do another whole thing
on grief.
Yes. Because grief is so personal that nobody should ever tell you how to grieve. Ever.
Absolutely.
You know, my father brought me up, Pammy, you have 2 ears. And if something's stupid, it goes in one ear and it walks all the way out the other. And he was right. In and out.
Yeah.
If somebody ever tells you, this is the way I grieved, and this is what, you know, all these stupid statements, oh, you know, if I could reach you, Leslie, I would hold you, take your shoulder. Oh, you know, if there's anything that I could ever do for you, please do not hesitate to call.
Yeah.
You think anybody's going to ever call?
No.
You think I'm ever going to call you?
No. Yeah.
If you want to do something for me, bring me lunch. Take me out for lunch. Do it.
Yeah.
Call me and say, you know what? Are you available on this day?
Yeah.
I should, and you know what, in the book, I should do an appendix, all the stupidest things that you ever say to a human being.
Yeah.
Because it's a big group of them.
Hard. It's hard, though, when somebody is grieving, to know what to say.
And you don't have to say anything.
Right.
Okay.
It's what you do.
That's exactly it. You do not have to say anything. You put an arm around somebody.
Yeah.
You know, it's just the time that it takes you to say something, you could do something.
Yeah. Yeah.
There is nobody in this world who has not buried somebody.
Sadly, very true. Very true.
And they will all grieve in their own manner. Sadly, I didn't have a chance to grieve my parents. When my father died, and you were talking about, you know, before you had gone through something with your mother, 36 hours, and, you know, my father died. My mother was rushed into the hospital with flesh-eating disease. Allie was just diagnosed.
Oh.
They'd just come back from Florida, and there was this big flesh-eating disease thing going on. Allie was just diagnosed. And my father had a strep, so they'd taken him into the hospital, but my father had Alzheimer's.
Okay.
So they took him into the hospital. He didn't know where he was.
Yeah.
Screaming all the time. The nurses were treating him like he was an alien. It was just horrific.
Yeah.
Doctor says, I want you to take Allie to Florida. We've already done all the tests. I'm sending your father home, and your mother's on a good route, whatever. And this was a doctor that was taking care of my father and Allie.
Yeah.
Okay. I want you out of here because outside of that, Allie will sit in this hospital because she was so close to my parents.
Right.
I booked a flight the night before. So you got it was a fortune, no insurance.
Yes.
All of this.
All that.
Allie had just had a CT scan that drove her, she was just a mess.
Yes.
We get in the airplane. She's not having a great time, but she's okay. We get there. We go to our favorite restaurant, get home to the apartment, and there are 10 phone calls on my thing.
Oh, no.
My father died when we were in the air.
In the air. Oh.
He aspirated. So he turned around.
Yeah.
Both of his parents were in Florida. Both of his brothers were in Florida. So we had to wait until we were all home. Get home. My friend takes Allie home. I go to see my mother. And then my brother-in-law drives me home. There's a phone call at 5 o'clock in the morning get Jordan to drive me down to the hospital.
Oh, no.
So I lived very close to North York Channel.
Yeah.
Okay. I said, Mommy died. They said, no. I said, you're lying to me. You're just telling me.
Yeah.
Till I get there. No. My sister gets on the phone. No, what happened is she went into cardiac arrest.
Oh.
But they brought her back.
Oh.
And she was stable. She was stable. She was in intensive care. I said to my mother, God couldn't handle both of you at the same time and sent one back. It was too difficult.
Oh.
That's what I went through.
Yeah, that's a lot.
And then we sat Shiva for my father. And the next day, Allie started.
Yeah.
Her treatment.
Yeah.
And then I went to see my mother who was in the hospital. Allie was on the same floor as my mother. It was something that you couldn't think of.
Yeah.
That happened. And I got through that.
Yeah.
So, just bringing back that grief becomes the way you deal with it.
Yes.
The way you deal with it. And
yes.
there's anything that somebody can take away from this.
Yeah.
That's really the biggest pivot. Is that I learned how to grieve in my own way.
Yes.
And I didn't criticize myself for it.
No.
It wasn't hard for myself. If I had to cry, God damn it, I cried.
Yeah. Yeah.
If I couldn't do something because I couldn't pick myself out of a bed, which is numerous times, then I didn't do it.
Yeah.
Then people had to understand or else I wasn't going to deal with them.
Right. Yeah.
If I said I can't do it today, it's too hard.
It's
too hard.
Yeah.
Then they had to accept it.
Yeah.
And that's just the way you are.
Yeah.
But the reason that I said it was a pivot to bring everything back is because I became Pam.
Yeah.
And I realized this last night. Don't ask me why. And I don't understand why it was the last night because I was doing this podcast. I realized that I'm really proud of myself.
As you should be.
Because I never thought when she died, I never thought I was going to make it.
No.
And I made it.
Yeah.
And I don't know why it hit me yesterday. But it just kind of started. I wrote it in my journal. I don't write all the time, but I wrote, I'm finally proud of who I am.
Yes.
And struggling at times before and all this type of stuff. But I'm survived to where I am today. I don't know what tomorrow's going to bring.
Yeah.
But I made it through to here today.
Which all goes back to her standing you in front of the mirror and you owning who you are and what you do and who you are as a person, as a character, and everything you have to offer the world.
Oh, thank you, Leslie. It's lovely.
It's amazing. It's amazing what you've been through. And It's amazing that you're here. And we're grateful that you're here, not just on the podcast, but that you're here. There's just unimaginable grief. So my last question for you is...
Oh, wait, I'm going to interrupt you for 1 second.
Yeah, you are.
When the next time you see your daughter,
Yes.
I want you to hug her so hard. She's not going to be happy.
She doesn't like it.
She may not like the hug.
Yeah.
But just tell her you got to do it.
Yeah.
And just one quick hug. Allie was a hugger.
Right.
And if you didn't hug properly, she taught you how to hug. So tell her that it came from Allie down from me.
I got
there.
it.
You got to hug her.
Yeah, Fiona, when
And
you're
your son,
listening to
too.
this, yeah.
No different.
Callum,
And
yeah.
your son.
My kids. Yeah.
Mark, you could get a hug too.
So my last question for you is this. What, from everything, with Allie, with your disability, what would be your words of wisdom for the audience?
Ooh.
It's a lot.
Yeah. My words of wisdom is to be kind to yourself. I wasn't kind to myself.
Mm.
I was expecting way too much of myself. You know, after COVID, and probably until just this year, I struggled terribly in all different aspects. Clients, for a little bit, and it was just brutal. I wasn't very kind to myself. Yeah. And I realized that at that time, I had to deal with what I was dealing with in my mind.
Yeah.
And you have to be kind. You have to realize that I don't know how much I believe in universal things coming at you in this, because I've been praying for a lot of,
Yes.
for lots of things to happen. I didn't believe in God in the beginning because I couldn't believe in a God that would take a 26-year-old away. It took me a long time.
Yeah.
Very long time. But the main one is to be very kind to yourself. And the second word of wisdom is to accept who you are. Yeah. Because you really are somebody who is there for a reason to help others and to help yourself.
Yes. My
disease, I never thought I would be 72 years old and be who I am. I never thought I'd be working this long, but unfortunately I have to. Yes. And I love what I do, so it's not unfortunate. And I would be so bored if I wasn't working. I'd drive myself crazy. But I think that I don't think that I was ever kind to myself until Allie put me in front of a goddamn mirror and said, "Smarten the hell up."
Yep. She knew what she was doing.
I remember running into an old boyfriend of mine, and and he said to me, "Nobody thought of you like that.
No.
Not one person thought of you like that."
We are our own worst enemies.
We are.
It's horrible.
Yep. I'll take complete.
Yep.
Agreed.
Well, thank you.
I want to thank you. I've had a lovely time.
It's
it's nothing like driving up to God's country.
Well, look, I appreciate you. I appreciate you sharing your story, sharing it so honestly and with such vulnerability. And I really, the deep ache that must be the grief of losing a child, that's literally my living nightmare. So,
but I don't want you to live it.
No, not going to.
Okay?
Not going to.
I want
Doing
you to live
everything
life.
Not to.
I want you to live life. I don't want you to live a nightmare.
No. So thank you. I appreciate you coming and sharing your story with us.
It was my privilege.
It's amazing.
Happy to ever come back because,
Thank you. That's awesome. Thank you for joining me today. Pam's story is tough to hear, as the grief of losing a child is just unimaginable. But she continues her daughter's legacy with Allie's journey, providing comfort bags for those going through cancer treatment. In the short time I have known Pam, she has raised my awareness on accessibility standards and the gap that still exists in our society for those with disabilities. If this story resonated with you, please share it with someone you care about, and be sure to subscribe so you can continue to hear more pivotal stories involving one question, one turning point, one powerful story. I'll see you next week with another guest on the Leslie Hodgkins Podcast.